Today's horoscope from Astro Academy, Scorpio, June 13, 2025. With the full moon early today, you're likely to have some important and seemingly sudden insight into the past and how to put some aspects of your past behind you, those that are holding you back from personal growth. Health and work matters can be in high focus, and if you've been dissatisfied with work, health, or service matters, you're now feeling this frustration in a rush with the full moon illuminating your service sectors. Positai. Veli, you can be super motivated to make changes to your routine that will help you feel better about yourself. There may be a need to be of service to others, and while there can be some difficulties juggling your responsibilities, ultimately, you'll feel better about helping out. Try not to worry about whether or not you're appreciated, and instead, answer to yourself. Do what makes you feel good from the inside out. While this can be a time when you're scurrying around trying to manage your daily affairs or deadlines, it's a strong time for recognizing the need to take better care of yourself and your routines. Today also holds a theme of cooperation, friendliness, and open conversations. You may gain clarity about a person's feelings for you, or you could thoroughly enjoy a conversation about the future. Buckle up for a fiery and passionate full moon in Sagittarius. This lunation's energy has been building for days and will echo out over the beginning of next week. Full moons offer major news depending on where they fall in the sky and encourage you to seize the day to build the life you desire. This full moon is bringing a frenzy of activity to your solar house of routines and employment. This will likely bring you a lot of responsibility and may distract you from matters of the heart as you juggle demands. However, be sure you are conscious of building a work and life balance that allows time for romance. You've got this. Business trips will go exceedingly well for you. You'll end up making much better deals than you thought. Sometimes a little time away from the office is just what your bargaining powers need. We want to bring out the best in ourselves, but we are often afraid of the monsters that guard the inner sanctum. In your case, these monsters are anxiety, worry, nervous exhaustion, fear, restlessness, and hyperactivity. Flower essences help calm these menacing obstacles. You could respond well to morning glory, lavender, blackberry, white chestnut, and emulus. Look for essences at your local health food store. Put any combination, 2 to 4 drops total, in your bath or on your pillow before bed. The key to making something work that you've been handling may be by bringing it to the group. Whether the group is your coworkers or the family unit at home, some problems can be solved much more readily when several heads are put together. Don't allow stubbornness to keep you from using this valuable resource on this group-oriented day. You can miss out on the opportunity to succeed with a task and to learn a great deal. You can't solve absolutely everything all by yourself. The heart of the working week is the perfect time to host today's full moon in your work sector, and especially as it is also the heart of Mars' last full week in your income sector. With Mars still separating from a friendly aspect to the dwarf planet Eris, the warrior princess of the cosmos, in your career sector earlier in the week, this is a full moon that can energize and jumpstart things across the income, work, and career fronts. With Jupiter in his first full day in Cancer, this is getting this lucky and expansive year off to a positive start, which checks in place to ensure life doesn't become all work and no play. In between the moon's departure from your romantic sector yesterday and its return to your relationship sector tomorrow, life has taken a busier turn, and even more so than you would normally expect, even in the heart of the working week. While this is temporary, a resolve to keep the spirit of romance alive has taken hold and is unlikely to be threatened by this. Life will always have its busy moments, but the forces supporting the spirit of romance are now rock solid. Scorpio, something unspoken may rise to the surface. Quote of the day: secrets demand to be held or healed. Color: charcoal black, deep and steady. Lucky numbers: 2, 9, 18. Today's emotions are complex but revealing. Resist the urge to hide. Transformation begins with Onan. Your shadows. Our eyes in the sky. Here is your in-depth tarot reading for June 13, 2025, and today's energy is rich with possibility, emotional release, and meaningful perspective shifts. The cards pulled are the Empress, 7 of Cups, Knight of Swords, 4 of Swords, and the Sun. Today starts with the Empress, a beautiful reminder of abundance, nurturing, and the creative force that lives in all of us. Whether you've been tending to a literal project or simply trying to show up for yourself with more kindness, the Empress brings assurance that your softness is a strength. This energy invites you to lean into what makes you feel whole, whether it's time in nature, a heartwarming conversation, nourishing food, or even just being present in your body. There's something healing in slowing down and receiving the moment instead of chasing the next. It's often when we allow ourselves to be that inspiration strikes. If you've been neglecting your needs lately or pouring into others more than yourself, this is your invitation to come back to center. Think of it like watering your own roots. Next is the Seven of Cups, a card of choices and dreams, but also illusions. Have you found yourself mentally spinning lately, caught between too many options, second-guessing your decisions, or comparing your journey to others? This card shows up when our imagination is powerful, but our focus is scattered. You may feel drawn to several paths at once, unsure of which one to trust. The good news is, you don't have to have it all figured out today. Instead, what if you picked the option that made you feel most present and alive? Not what seems most practical or impressive, but what resonates in your gut. Give yourself permission to explore without pressure. Sometimes the most unexpected path leads us to where we need to be. Then comes the Knight of Swords, and this is where the tempo shifts. This card brings momentum, clarity, and action, but also a reminder not to rush so fast that we miss the here of what we're chasing. You might get a burst of energy today, a sudden idea, or the urge to speak your truth. Go with it, but also ground yourself. If you've been putting off a conversation or a task because of fear or overthinking, this is your green light to move forward. Think about the last time you acted on instinct and it paid off. You're being called to trust yourself in that same way again. Confidence grows through action. Following that, we meet the Four of Swords, a card of intentional rest. This one's important, especially after the intensity of the night. It's okay to need a breather. In fact, it's necessary. You don't have to earn rest by exhausting yourself first. Whether it's 10 minutes of quiet, a break from social media, or a full day unplugged, this card whispers that your peace is worth prioritizing. Think of it like this: even the strongest trees are still during winter, gathering strength to bloom again. If your mind feels noisy or your heart heavy, take a moment to step back and simply breathe. Stillness isn't stagnation, it's sacred. Finally, we close with the Radiant Sun, one of the most uplifting cards in the tarot. It brings warmth, optimism, and the feeling of finally seeing clearly. This is a card of joy and renewal. If you've been waiting for a sign that brighter days are ahead, this is it. You may receive good news, reconnect with someone who uplifts you, or simply feel a wave of gratitude for how far you've come. Don't underestimate the power of those small joys today, the way the light hits your window, the sound of someone's laughter, or the relief of releasing a burden you didn't know you were carrying. Sometimes it's those little sparks that rekindle our whole spirit. So today, June 13th, brings a reminder that growth isn't always loud, decisions don't have to be perfect, and joy can sneak in even on the days we didn't expect it. You are allowed to bloom gently, act boldly, rest freely, and believe in what's possible for you, even if you can't quite see the full picture yet. I'd love to know what part of today's reading spoke most deeply to you. Have you been navigating big decisions, or learning how to rest in a fast-moving world? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's open a space where we can all reflect, support, and grow together.